Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome back. Or welcome. But welcome back, in a way. I'm sure we know each other from some realm, or some lifetime, or some timeline. So, good to see you. We're going to do a little energy check-in, and this is a timeless reading. But if you're watching it in real time, it is around a very potent new moon. And it's the first new moon of this Gregorian calendar new year in 2026. And there's such an energy of like, in this depth of winter in the northern hemisphere, of like, with this heightened external silence elementally during this time of year, but then there's like such a building energy in tropical astrology. This is a new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn's a builder. Capricorn's somebody who plans and takes action on a long-term goal. It's the goat that is going to scale that mountain, even if it takes step by step by step by step by step. At the end, everyone who was like, you're a crazy goat, that's going to take forever. At the end, the goat is the one on top of the mountain looking down at all of the glory of its own efforts to really do something that lasts, like the building of a cathedral. And with this new moons are like a potent void space in which you can almost like plant an energetic seed or an energetic grid for something that then like physical reality can grow around this energy grid, and more easily because of the help of the cyclical energy of the moon cycle and of the year, because this time of year is kind of like the new moon of the whole year, the winter, around the winter. And with this new moon, with this energy of Capricorn, it's like we can plant the energy and like set up the energy for what we want to grow, to be our legacy in the coming years, essentially. And the cards that I'm pulling are really incongruent with like, what do you want your life's work to be? What do you want your life's legacy to be? How do you want what you offer and the way that you show up and the way that you be, or literally what you create on a grand scale, how do you want it to be a contribution to the changing tides here on the planet, to the elevation of frequency that is happening, and to the like liberation of all beings, essentially? Like, how do you want the way that you live and like your fractal of reality to be a reflection of the way that like, if everybody were living, it would be a heaven on earth experience. It would be a divine experience here on planet Earth, because it's so possible. Like, we are a sum of parts. So your part matters more than you know. Your part shifts the collective frequency more than you know. The Buddhists, actually, it's really interesting, got very into like the specific like calculations of the effects of consciousness, that like the small affecting the many. And it was something like one liberated being, you literally affect like millions of souls. It is something far beyond just liberating yourself or creating a divine reality for yourself. That impacts the connected web of humanity, of consciousness, and even like galaxies far away more than you know. And that is why other galactic consciousnesses are so interested in what is happening here, because we are at like a pivotal point on planet Earth, and the direction that things go affects more than just us. And so everything you do, the way that you be, the way that you connect to source, the way that you intentionally create your life and perhaps even intentionally create things that you offer on a grander scale, this has great, great impact. So please see yourself as a change maker, as a person who is, even if you're not creating something that you're like literally directly offering to others, you're being the change you wish to see. You're like being the person that you wish you always had as an example. Like, you're not waiting for permission anymore. You are being at the forefront of evolutionary change on this planet and embodying what feels right to you in your own soul in terms of your own values, when you are actually connected to a whole and healed place within yourself. And that is why it is so important to like have those practices that keep us tapped in and keep us connected, because when we are tapped in and we are connected, we naturally act from a place that positively affects all beings. We naturally act from a place of love and a place that has a positive contribution to the whole. It's natural. You know, there actually is this teaching in yoga, and it's like, about how right action is not even like forcing yourself to be in right action. Right action is what naturally arises when you're in a balanced, like healed, authentic state. When you are being who you truly are, you actually act in right action naturally. It literally like arises from you because it is who you really are. We've been taught the whole concept of original sin is BS, y'all. The original sin actually like spurs from us being disconnected from who we truly are, and like almost like the matrix that has been like set up here is like a direct attack on the connection we are naturally meant to have with our infinite self. It's like you can tell a child and a baby so connected to their infinite self. They're so connected to the divine, and then we literally teach them so many rules that they have to like grow into and pay attention to, and discount their intuition and instead follow this system that is like so against the natural harmony and state of their being, that we become disconnected from ourselves. And what happens then is what arises from us is more like action that hurts ourselves and hurts others, even if it's on like the most minute scale, like doing things that are unhealthy for our body or our mind, or just like not living in the most harmonious state. And it's okay. Like, we came down here knowing what we were getting ourselves into, and like it's like even kind of humorous and fun and like human and so like hilarious. But I'm just telling you that naturally you are divine. Naturally you act in a way that is liberating for you and liberating for all beings. And so there is nothing wrong with you. That's what I'm here to tell you. You are beautiful, you are divine, and it's all just about remembering and aligning and clearing away everything that is not you. And this card is really about like your life's work in terms of like the life that you create that like is in harmony and is in like cooperation with even Gaia, the earth itself, that wants there to be a high vibrational liberating reality for all here. So it's like a perfect moment in time, whether you're watching it in real time or when you find this video it's meant to be, to think about how you are intentionally creating your life in a way that is like in alignment with the way that you feel like it's good to be living. Like, if everybody were living like you, would that be a beautiful reality? Obviously, we need diversity, but I just mean like, how are you taking care of your piece of the whole? And also, so much of that is like, what really lights you up? What do you really actually want to experience in this life? Because that is a key piece of the puzzle. Your like desires that get you fired up, that is a direct sign that like your spirit wants you to move towards that, because it's meaningful and it is like a vibrational it's an important vibration that needs to be here. So you could be like, oh, but what I really want, that's not even practical. How is that going to help the planet? I mean, it's because it creates a good vibration in you, and that energy frequency is an important component of what is being created here as a high vibrational existence, where we're not only just doing things that we like know are practically good for everybody, but we're also realizing that what is good for your spirit is good for everybody. What's good for your spirit is like the reason why we're alive. We're here to like enjoy the aliveness. And that is a part of this. It's not a boring endeavor. It's like source, God is creative. And so the things that light us up and make us feel excited, like that's part of the reason our soul is here. And it's a part of the incredible reality that I'm talking about that we all can tap into on an individual, and then it comes together as a collective level. So we're getting that. Really think about the seeds that you're planting in terms of the life that you want to live, because when you plant the seeds now, there is this energy that like, because the energy gets planted in the void, when life starts to grow, especially in the spring, and then also as like the moon cycle goes, it like can grow around the energy that you imprint. So write down what you imagine, write down what you're creating this year, write down the life that you're creating this year, 2 years, 10 years from now, like what feels so delicious to your soul. Like, let's do it. Let's just like all put our collective energy out that we are always going to be moving towards our soul desires. Like let's make that promise to our soul and to our heart that we are not going to make it like, it's not that thing outside of us is what's going to give us satisfaction, but it's just our willingness to walk the path and move towards those things and then enjoy the path as the satisfaction of the destination. It's just the fact that like we're willing to live and we're willing to dream and we're willing to make those dreams a reality. We're willing to select those versions of reality and walk towards them in like joy and love, and then also welcome the more delicious divine surprises that happen along the way, because on the journey you will become different. You will become more of who you truly are, and your desires might change, but that is the alchemy of what happens when we at least step along the path and we start to co-create with the universe and with source in this greater way. It's like that is what is being asked right now, is like source is like, will you take my hand? Will you wake up to your complete conscious creator divine design, and we can like do this together? And it's a dance. It's like you're dancing with life, and there is an element of beautiful mystery to it, but there is also so much that you will receive in terms of knowing, in terms of confirmation, in terms of synchronicity. But you can say yes, and you can step out, and you can commit to this identification with your creator consciousness on this new moon, or whenever you're finding this video. You can commit to your devotion to co-creating with source, your beautiful reality, to walking towards the callings of your soul. Because as you go, this light of your spirit, your internal flame, will just get brighter and brighter. And what happens is far beyond what I can even tell you and what you could know. But it's almost like there's a chuckle from the divine, like if you were just willing to step out, if you were just willing to keep going, even when you almost want to stop. Those are the most important moments. Those are the pivotal moments, let me tell you. When you almost want to stop, those are the moments. Remember this, keep going. Keep going, because you know, you don't have to view them as tests, but like there are points along the journey where almost like, I like to think of it as a little bit of trickster energy. Like I'm trying to be tricked out of the best part by myself ultimately, but I won't let that part of myself win. I'll be like, no, come with me. We're still going. We're going to keep going. And that is the most satisfying part, is when you get to the other side and you were the one who pushed past the point where like you so easily could have turned back. Keep going. Always keep going. Okay. So then we're also getting the Virgin's Milk, and we're also getting the Four of Swords. So I am very much still getting that meditation is going to be so key as we continue along this journey, because at least you might already think this way, but I'm just going to speak on it because it feels so potent right now. But meditation is not just like some boring practice to calm the mind. It is genuinely this moment where we connect to our cosmic self and we receive our, like, the energy of our own infinity. We receive healing from our guides. We are able to open up to the greater realm of like information, intuition, high frequency energy that can heal us. Like, we connect to our own inner being, our spirit, our soul. It is literally the portal to like experiencing a magical reality. And like, you could be a very common meditator and then you could like stop meditating for a while. If you notice why life feels like bland and kind of boring, it's because like you just come back into the more dense reality and you stop accessing the like extra sensory information and high frequency magic that we are able to connect to if we use our free will to do things like meditate daily. So especially as we continue to motorcycle confirmation, because I was going to say, especially as we continue to evolve and that evolution accelerates, this is when like almost there's a skew that like if you don't have a practice like meditation, it's going to be more difficult than ever because things are going to be more pressurized than ever. But if you do, the amount of like cosmic energy and magic that you can turn on within yourself and experience in your reality is going to continue to increase exponentially. So like meditating regularly, like it increases your intuition, it increases the synchronicities that you experiences, the information that you receive. You start to like access more of your soul gifts, and it's almost like you become guided because you are connecting to the infinite part of you that's always here to guide you. But like when we come here, we get to earth, we get this layer of like forgetfulness that kind of comes over us, and it's just like a law of this planet. There's like very few beings who come here and really remember who they are, and they're like the saints and the sages, legit. So this layer of forgetfulness kind of comes over, but like soon like you kind of start to like go on this path of seeking when you're like, there's something I forgot, there's like something that's not quite right, and then like, you know, you find the path, whatever, and then you find a practice like meditation. There are a lot of other good practices, but I feel like no matter what you do, meditating is like key, especially at this time on the planet, because that connects you to that infinite part of you that does remember, that has all of the powers, that has infinite energy, infinite intuition, infinite creativity, and you start to awaken. And that energy starts to build within you, the spiritual energy, the potent energy. It's like when you meditate, every time you meditate, you're accumulating like spiritual gold within your bank, and that energy is like, it magnetizes things to you. It magnetizes you to your path of destiny so you can walk it with ease. So like it's like just, I can't say enough. It's like the best friend on the path. It's like it's the always reliable, beautiful thing to come back to. So anyway, I'm just saying that because I'm getting these cards. I'm just delivering the messages, y'all. Don't hate the messenger, or do. You can do whatever you want. But with this Virgin's Milk, I'm really getting that like there is so much like divine nectar. They call it like Amrita in yoga. There's divine nectar that like wants to pour through you, pour through your glands, like teach you, heal you, give you everything you need. And that all that's being asked to like access this is to literally meditate, to get quiet and to receive and to enter that space of silence, that space of like deep listening. It's the place where like source can fill you. And I'm really getting that like it's going to activate your higher centers and your like spiritual sight, and I'm getting that like it's gonna like activate your spiritual powers in a whole new way, especially because of the way the energy is so potent now and will continue to be so. Like the possibilities for you in terms of your spiritual evolution are going to be like beyond what you could currently imagine. Okay, so then I was also getting the Devil reversed as the first tarot card, and I'm really getting that like you are a part of a collective who is here to like dissolve illusion, and almost like not even because you're fighting against things, but because your pure presence and energy literally like causes demons to flee, and it causes like illusion to dissolve, because you are like a pure present of truth, and you're a very coherent energy, and you're a very high frequency being. And like I was talking about, thinking about the way that you are creating your life, whatever you're creating, whatever you're offering, I'm really getting that whatever it is like when you focus on what you're creating and it's such a high vibration, that in and of itself is helping to like lessen the power of like the more entrapping systems that are currently present here on earth. Like that's very much the Capricorn energy too, is like the systems, and you are tapping into the energy of creating systems that liberate all and elevate all, and that in and of itself is disempowering the systems that keep people trapped and that keep people in cycles of suffering and addiction and poverty and slavery. It's like not because you're fighting against those systems, it's because you are creating something new. Whether you're doing it already or you're going to, you are an important piece of this puzzle, and Source has got you. You're not alone. Meditate, you'll receive all the help that you need. You'll receive all the vision that you need to give what you need to give, and you will receive what you need to receive as you give. So give from your heart, remember your why, and thanks for being such a rad soul. It's so good to have you here, and I love you. Bless you. And I'll catch you on the next one.